obviously can't take water runs to when we're on trips to the moon and on the farther away places like Mars.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. For the International Space Station, that's in low Earth orbit, obviously costly to get material to the space station. This system, with the performance efficiency we have in this system, can support the space station very well. But as we look ahead towards going to the moon and then to Mars, we understand that the efficiency that we expect to achieve in this system, we're going to have to do even better on. And by getting this system up and operational on the space station, it's going to give us a very important opportunity to gain long-term operational experience with systems like this, so we know where to target our future improvements for exploration beyond low Earth orbit.
And that's the idea that the International Space Station is a test bed for these exact kind of hardwares, procedures, and they start out being refrigerator size, and the idea is that future versions should be smaller, more compact, easier to use.
That's right. We're always looking for ways to improve weight and volume, always at a premium. Power, reliability, especially when you're talking about a life support system, is high up on the list. And by running this kind of system for a long period of time, we'll get a lot of important knowledge about what things tend to wear out sooner than others, and where we need to apply some engineering and technology development resources.
On the crew plans to take samples that have already been provided by the International Space Station crew members, and they will run it through the system?
That's correct. The space station crew has already collected and set aside some urine. That urine will serve as the initial testing fluid for this system. Once the system is installed on orbit during this mission, it'll be activated. We're very anxious to go ahead and get this system up and running during this mission, so that the crew can collect some water samples, get them back to the ground on this mission, and we can begin gathering that data that we're going to need to finally declare next springtime that this system is operational and ready to support 6 crew.
Right, it'll take about 90 days or so and test the water.
Right.
Well, one of the other things that's beyond the obvious is well, let's face it, we're talking about turning old water into new water, and you guys refer to it as the ick factor. And honestly, even in people, not just media that we have here, but members of NASA, when they heard I was going to sample some of the water, I got it, are you kidding? You're seriously going to do that? And that's a psychological thing you have to overcome.
Sure, and we fully expected that back in the earliest days when we were going about conceiving a system like this. We got to the point where we had selected our technologies and tested it, and we knew we could put a whole bunch of laboratory data on the table with numbers that showing that the water is clean and safe, but we always knew that it was going to be that subjective ick factor that was going to have to be overcome. So we actually went through tests with subjects and gave them blind samples of our water compared to similarly treated tap water and asked them to rate it. And we could never find any statistical meaningful difference in the rating of that water compared to other water.
Well, and it doesn't actually, and I'll say, this is a sample that you guys have collected from the fine folks at the Marshall Space Flight Center.
Yeah, some of me is in there, I think.
Well, I really didn't need to know that. It doesn't actually help when you have on the bottle it says we use only the finest ingredients: urine, perspiration, food vapors, bath water, simulated animal waste, and a touch of iodine.
Yeah, everything we could throw at it, we threw at it, and there it is. There's the product.
There it is. A little bit of you, and that's great. Well, with no disrespect to Mr. Armstrong, this is one small sip for me and one giant leap of faith for my mind.
Cheers.
Actually, it doesn't taste any worse than the bottled water that I had the rest of the day. Although a little bit of you in there probably was more than I needed to know, and but it really wasn't that bad. And if it can produce that for the crew and save water, save money, and that's a good thing.
Absolutely. We're very excited. Looking forward to this having a long, useful life on station.